What if I told you that you can find a 6-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,900 square foot mansion in California for less than $1 million? Want to know where? Well, stay tuned because we're getting into it right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dietric Williams, realtor with Compass, Baldwin Hills, California. Welcome back to another edition of Info on the Go, the show where I give tips, tricks, and insight on how to buy, sell, or invest in real estate the easy way. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you're notified every time I upload new content to YouTube. The beachside community of Oceanside, California sits roughly 35 miles north of San Diego, 13 miles south of Orange County, and 83 miles south of Los Angeles. It's a fair-sized town with a population hovering around 175,000 people. Some of the largest employers there are Genentech Pharmaceuticals, which is a biotech company, and the Oceanside Unified School District. It's also home to the Marine base at Camp Pendleton. It's also home to the world's largest women's surf competition, the Supergirl Pro Jam, and it's been there for the last almost 15 years. And every Thursday evening in downtown Oceanside, there's Sunset Market, a gathering of local vendors, hot food, and live entertainment. The city boasts spectacular year-round weather, gorgeous beaches, a wooden pier, a New England-style harbor, and charming bungalow neighborhoods. One neighborhood that I like is the well-established and impressive Wilmont Ranch, which dates back to 2002. And at that time, the average home sites were going for about 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. That project was completed in 2006, and that's when much larger homes were built, sometimes as large as 6,000 square feet. These homes sit on extremely large lots with good sized front and backyards, and they're often found on small cul-de-sacs. Wilmont Ranch is one of the premier communities located in the northern section of Oceanside, and it's an ideal place to find large-scale 2-story homes which sit right next door to Camp Pendleton Marine Base. The community is minutes away from the wonderful Arrowhead Golf Course. Now, located around the community is shopping, restaurants, and a lot of beautiful parks. It's only 10 minutes from the beach and it provides easy access to the freeway for commuters. Not to mention, it sits in the award-winning Bonsall School District, so this makes this an extremely desirable location. Wilmont Ranch is under a homeowners association. I believe the dues are roughly $127 per month, but it's a place where buyers can find larger homes that may have been newly constructed without having to take on what's called a Melrose tax. Now, Melrose is an infrastructure tax that the state has decided to charge certain municipalities for developing newer communities in those areas. Now, these Melrose taxes go to pay for specific infrastructures like schools, fire departments, police departments, parks, things of that nature. So there's an additional tax for some of these newer communities, but you won't find that here in Wilmont Ranch. Now, real estate prices start around the mid 900,000s for a 2,800 square foot home and can go all the way north of 1.8 million for a 4,000 square foot home. Now, as I said before, these homes sit on extremely large lots. I think the average lot size is about 10,000 square feet. Now, not to mention, there are less than 210 homes in the area, and there's not a lot of turnover. So when these homes do hit the market, they typically don't stay long, with the average days on market hovering somewhere around 7.5 days. So what is that, like a week? So you can see that when they do hit the market, they're gone pretty quickly. Now, the city of Oceanside itself has a lot to offer and some of the most competitive real estate prices that I've ever seen. Because there's a lot of Marines that actually live in Oceanside, its location next to Camp Pendleton makes it extremely attractive. Now, if you're planning on moving to Wilmont Ranch, I told you that it's in an homeowners association or an HOA. And before you buy in any HOA community, there's a couple of things that you want to look at and a couple of questions that you want to ask. One of the things you want to look at is the reserve fund. So how much does the HOA have in reserves? Is it solvent? Is it healthy? What's in the budget? What's in the bylaws? You want to read what's called the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, or what we most commonly refer to as the CC&Rs. And you also want to find out if the if the HOA has any pending litigations going on or is currently in litigation. The reason for that is if you're going to apply for a loan, most lenders will not loan you money or issue a mortgage if the HOA is in litigation. With any HOA, you just want to actively make sure that you are involved. So you want to know when the meetings take place, where the meetings are. You want to find out who the board president is, the vice president, the secretary and or treasurer, because these are all people that are in key positions that are going to make decisions that affect the whole community. So you want to be an active part of that community. And I advise my clients all the time, if you're moving into HOA, make sure you either go to the meetings or run for a board position, because the last thing you want to have happen is you don't get involved and all of a sudden you get a letter in your mailbox one day and it says, hey, you have a $10,000 assessment. And you go, what in the world? When did this come about? Well, had you gone to the meetings or been involved, you probably would have known that that was on the docket. And if it was something that you would object to, you could take a vote right then and there. But if you don't get involved, you tend to get blindsided by decisions that the HOA makes. So you just want to make sure that within any HOA community that you get involved, find out when the meetings are so that your voice can be heard, because you don't want to just get caught with your pants down or your hand in the cookie jar and you had no idea what was coming down the pike. For Wilmont Ranch, there's a 3-person board of directors. So the vice president, the president, the secretary. Make sure you get to know who those people are. But in addition to that, there's also an architectural committee that helps decide on how things are going to look within the community and to make sure that the outside of your home is up to the community standards. The board of directors as well as the architectural committee are comprised of homeowners in the community. So just regular folks like you and I who just happen to live in the community. But they're also managed and oversaw by the Avalon Group, which is a independently owned and locally operated project management company. For those of you who may be able to work from home or only have to come into the office 1 or 2 days a week, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There are people who live in Oceanside that commute to LA every day. Here's the kicker, they don't drive. How is that? Well, the Oceanside Transit Center, which is downtown, is a hub of daily activity. And one of the activities that's there is the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Now, this train operates from Oceanside to Santa Barbara. That is a 180-mile commute. And then there's a Metrolink, which serves Los Angeles, Riverside County, Orange County, and San Bernardino. However, if you are planning on driving because you don't want to take the train and for whatever reason you feel like you'd be better equipped sitting in your car, just know that you're going to be on roughly a 2+ hour commute each way every day you have to go in. As far as dining goes, Oceanside has developed a reputation as being one of the leading foodie destinations in San Diego County. Local chefs are making headlines by pushing the limit and creating new and unique menu items, as well as experimenting with classics. Now, some of these things that they're doing are putting a twist on these classics and bringing exquisite, unique, mouth-watering flavors that everybody just seems to enjoy. Now, I'm giving you a lot of information about the city of Oceanside itself, and that's because within Wilmont Ranch, the community, there aren't a lot of amenities. It's really just a residential community. So you're not going to find shopping malls, you're not going to find grocery stores or anything like that. Now, those are in the surrounding communities that are very close by, but within the community itself, mostly all you're going to see is your neighbors. However, sitting on those large lots, depending on where you are in the community, the views that you're going to get are spectacular. Now, these are views that I took from the back of a friend's home. You can tell, like, this is pretty large, like this is expanse. Having parties there, watching the sunset or the sunrise rise there, it's an experience. And within the community, again, the prices for the size home you get, it's just really unheard of. So if you're looking for some place that's still somewhat affordable, but you can get an extremely large mansion, you might want to look at Wilmont Ranch in Oceanside, California. However, if you don't want to move out that far, you might want to check out this video I did on an area called Menifee. Still very affordable homes, nice homes, and lots of new construction. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the state of California. Or if you want to be more in LA proper, you might want to check out this video I did on a city called Carson.